Now. It's time for me to call out half the fish-keeping community for their fish-keeping choices. Somebody's gotta say it, okay? Here are 10 habits that'll make your fish tank look absolutely iconic instead of whatever's happening right now. Be honest, you still feeding your fish those dusty flakes that came with the tank starter kit? The ones that are older than some Google search trends? Yeah, your fish hate you. They're swimming in circles wondering why every meal tastes like cardboard and sadness. Here's the tea, folks. Flakes are basically fish junk food, not deadly, just nutritionally bankrupt. Meanwhile, frozen foods are actual gourmet. Bloodworms, brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, they're like the HelloFresh your fish never ordered but desperately needed. We're talking instantly boosts color, energy, and, most importantly, their will to live. You'll see them thriving like they just got out of a toxic situationship. Bloodworms are protein-packed. Brine shrimp? Tiny, juicy, digestible orbs of joy. Mysis shrimp? Big meaty omega-3 loaded crowd pleasers, man. Variety isn't just the spice of life, it's survival. Rotate meals like you're running a fishy tasting menu. And you want to go full fish parent of the year? Start a little microfauna farm. Daphnia, copepods, baby brine shrimp. All these are tiny live snacks that your fish can hunt like they're in a National Geographic special. It's enrichment. It's self-sustaining, and yes, way more fun to watch than whatever your mutuals are fighting about online. Even better if the microfauna are running around in your tank. It's like a 24/7 buffet full of nutrient-rich food. Even culturing your own live food isn't that deep. Brine shrimp hatch in 24 hours, brittle worms live in dirt and eat bread. It's like running a weird little worm bakery that pays off in colorful, healthy fish. And honestly, the serotonin hit of seeing your tank thrive off food that you grew? Unmatched. Still doing dry food? I mean, cool, but at least make it probiotic. Gut health isn't just for kombucha girls. It's for kombucha fishies too! Okay, just kidding. It helps your fish digest better, resist disease, and glow like they've been drinking water and minding their own business. Bonus points if you soak freeze-dried stuff in Vitachem, aka fish vitamins that actually do something. Let's be honest, if your tank still looks like a Barbie dream house with plastic plants and neon gravel, it's time for a glow-up. Your fish didn't sign up to live in a gas station gotcha machine. They want trees. They want mud. They want to feel like they're starting a BBC documentary, not a 2013 Tumblr aesthetic post. Live plants, my friends, are the backbone of that natural look. And no, you don't need a degree in botany to keep them alive. Java fern, Anubias, Java moss, these guys are the emotional support plants of aquascaping. They survive low light, zero CO2, and even your forgetful little brain. Meanwhile, you're out here pulling nitrates from the water, releasing oxygen, and giving your fish real places to vibe where it goes the rest of the tank. Floating plants like frogbit or red root floaters, they're like ambient lighting but nature-coded. They just make fish feel safe. They filter light, and honestly, they just make everything look expensive. It's giving low-maintenance rainforest. Now please, for the love of water quality, ditch the plastic castles. Driftwood and natural rocks don't just look better, they do better. Driftwood releases tannins, which is science talk for making your water soft, slightly acidic, and cozy. I mean, some fish won't even breed until their tank looks like a haunted swamp, and driftwood delivers. Plus, biofilm forms on it, which is fish and shrimp food that you don't even gotta prep. Win. Spiderwood? It's got that creepy forest core energy and gives your moss somewhere to cling like a toxic ex. Opani wood? Dense, dramatic, sinks instantly. Manzanita driftwood? Low maintenance and great for beginners. Each type has its own bonus perks, kind of like choosing a starter Pokemon, but for aquascaping. Now, rocks are a whole separate game. Some like granite or lava rock are chill and they won't mess with your water, and others like limestone will raise your pH and hardness. Amazing if you're running a cichlid tank, but an actual crime if you've got soft water fish. Know your rocks before you yeet them into the tank like you're building Minecraft terrain. And I mean, this whole idea, it's not about creating a sterile, minimalist setup. You're building an ecosystem, right? Controlled chaos. Algae? Oh yeah, let a little bit stay. Bacteria? Let them run wild. Plants? Let them grow like your Sims when you forget to check on them for 3 days. The goal isn't perfection, it's balance. And you know why? Because in nature, things are messy, but they work. And when your tank runs like a tiny jungle, your fish chill out. Less stress, better colors, less work for you. Everybody wins. So yeah, skip the theme park decor, give your fish a world that feels like a world where they can hide, hunt, nap in leaves, and pretend you don't exist for a bit. They'll love you for it, or at least stop side-eyeing you through the glass. I'm gonna say something controversial, and I need you to stay calm, okay? Weekly water changes? They might be overrated. I know. The aquarium elders are shaking. But if you're out here changing 25% of your water every Sunday like it's the gospel, you might actually be doing too much. Not every tank needs the same routine. The whole change your water weekly thing is boomer fish keeping advice that doesn't consider that, I don't know, that your tank isn't identical to everybody else's. Yeah, different fish, different filters, different mess levels. Acting like all tanks run on the same calendar is NPC behavior. Let me tell you what to do. Let me tell you. Lean in, listen close. Check your actual parameters. If your nitrates are low, pH is stable, and your fish aren't acting weird, why are you disrupting their ecosystem like a chaotic landlord doing surprise renovations? Some tanks can go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even longer if the data backs it up. The plot twist is that too many water changes can wreck your vibe. Seriously. If your source water is wildly different from your tank water, you could be stressing your fish every time you top off. Tiny swings in pH, temperature, hardness, those might seem small to you, but to your fish, it's giving, why does the floor keep shifting? Temperature shock is real. Even a few degrees off can make your fish act like they've been thrown into the Arctic. In smaller tanks, that swing hits harder and faster. Plus, big water changes can actually mess with the bacteria doing all the behind-the-scenes work. You're out here cleaning the house while they're just trying to keep the plumbing running. Mature tanks eventually develop their own mineral balance, which your fish get used to. Constant water swaps can mess that up and leave your plants underfed, your fish confused, and your beneficial bacteria side-eyeing you from the substrate. Here is the real upgrade. Learn to read your tank. Is the water clean? Are your fish acting normal, eating well, not hiding or gasping at the surface like drama queens? Are your plants growing like they're in a time-lapse video? Cool, you're good. No need to jump in with a bucket unless your test kit or fish are screaming for help. Take it from me. When I run saltwater reef tanks, I would go several months without water changes. Just top off the water and add 2 part. You can achieve the same thing with the right natural setup in fresh water. This approach takes more brain cells than blindly following a calendar, but once you get the hang of it, your tank runs smoother, your fish stress less, and you stop feeling like a part-time janitor. Bottom line, water changes are a tool, not a rule. Use them with intention, not out of habit, because not everything needs fixing just because it's Tuesday. Okay, bestie, if you're tossing new fish straight into your main tank with zero isolation, you're basically inviting chaos to dinner and handing it the aux cord. I get it. Quarantine tanks seem extra, especially if you're in freshwater and you think disease isn't my problem. But one sick fish can body your entire tank faster than a Musk tweet tanking Tesla stock. Freshwater fish can be just as drama-filled as saltwater ones. The only difference is freshwater diseases look to play the long game. Your new fish might look fine for a week or two and then suddenly, boom! White spots, torn fins, full tank panic. Like someone's showing up to the party chill and then 3 hours in they're crying in the bathroom and starting fights. In the bathroom. Imported fish are the real wild cards here. They've been bagged, boxed, and bounced between warehouses and probably dunked in mystery water more times than your favorite influencer skincare routine. Their immune systems are shot. Their stress levels are peaking. And if you just drop them into your community tank raw, that's on you. Now, let's talk damage control math. A quarantine setup costs what? Maybe a price of a Friday night food delivery? Meanwhile, one outbreak can wipe your tank, crash your cycle, and make you hate the hobby. Meds are not cheap. Time ain't free, my friend. And watching your fish slowly go downhill from something you could have stopped is pretty brutal. And no, you don't need a fancy setup. A cheap 10 to 20 gallon tank, a sponge filter, a heater, maybe a dollar store Heidi thing. Done. No gravel, no aquascape, no LED light show. This isn't a vibe tank. It's for fish solitary. And it's for their safety and everyone else's. Keep them there at least 2 weeks. 4 if they're imported or seem kind of sketchy. Just watch how they act. Are they eating? Are they swimming normal? No weird white spots or frayed fins? Cool. If not, you've got time to treat without nuking your whole ecosystem. Also, little side quest here. Quarantine gives new fish time to adjust to your water without immediate social pressure. No getting bullied by your cichlid, no struggling with unfamiliar parameters, no instant meltdown. Think of it like onboarding week at a new job. Low stakes, no coworkers yelling, time to decompress. It's good. And let's be real here. Imported fish are walking trauma dumps. Most have seen more temperature swings and water changes in 48 hours than your entire tank has in a month. The wild caught ones can even carry pathogens your tank has never dealt with. It's not paranoia, it's just basic fish keeping hygiene. So yeah, skip quarantine if you're cool with rolling the dice on a tank-wide plague arc. But if you'd rather keep things cute, controlled, and chaos-free, quarantine is the move. It's giving responsible. It's giving preventative care. It's giving I love my fish and I actually want them to live. Do it once, you'll never skip it again. Don't throw algae wafers at me yet, but yes, starving your fish on purpose once a week is actually the move. No, not because we're evil, but because sometimes your fish need to not eat. Think of it as a little digestive vacation, a tiny system reset. It's giving self-care, but for their intestines. Here's the thing, fish in the wild don't have Uber Eats. They don't get pellets raining from the sky every morning. Some days they eat, some days they don't. Their bodies are built for that unpredictability. Meanwhile, in captivity, we turn them into little food-obsessed couch potatoes with flakes on demand and 0 fasting windows. No wonder they get so bloated. When you feed them daily with no breaks, food sits longer, digestion slows, and bad bacteria gets comfy. Suddenly you got one constipated tetra and a tank full of stress. A one-day fast gives their guts a breather, clears out waste, reduces bloating, even helps prevent diseases tied to overfeeding. It's the aquarium version of log off, touch grass. Fasting also helps balance our gut bacteria too. No food equals no buffet for the harmful microbes. The good bacteria get to recalibrate, reset the vibe, and stop your fish from becoming walking gas bubbles. Bonus science says fish that fast regularly actually grow better, convert food more efficiently, and flex stronger immune systems. That's right, it's tough love, and it works. Now I know, they're gonna guilt trip you, they're gonna stare, you're gonna follow your finger like it's the second coming of the food god. Don't fall for it. Fish are always hungry the way you're always 5 minutes from quitting everything and moving to the woods. It's a vibe, no need. Also, I see you, big dog. One day, you'll get out there. Pick a day. Sunday is classic low-key, no-feed energy, and just stick to it. Watch them instead. You'll see more natural behaviors, more swimming, less food panic. Some fish even get more active without the food distraction. They're finally doing stuff for them and not the flake. Exceptions? Yes, there are exceptions. Baby fish and fry need the calories, but adult fish? They can handle 24 hours without a snack. Some of them can go 3 days, no problem. Your average betta is more resilient than you think. And honestly, the benefits go beyond poop management. Fasting improves color, energy levels, even breeding behavior. And less feeding also means less waste, which means cleaner water, which means less work for you. Everybody wins. So stop projecting your fear of hunger onto your fish. They're not gonna file a complaint. Give them a break, give their gut a reset, and maybe, just maybe, they'll thank you by not exploding from overfeeding related drama. All right, this one's gonna sound like peak paranoia, okay, but replacing your aquarium heater every year, annually, is not overkill. It's survival. Because when heaters fail, they don't just stop working like a tired employee clocking out. They either ghost your tank and let everything slowly freeze to death, or worse, they stay on, crank the heat like it's trying to summon Satan, and boom, fish stew. And no one tells you this part until it's too late. Most heaters fail in 2 very dumb, very dramatic ways: stuck on or stuck off. The on failure is basically a heater deciding it's God now and your fish need to be sacrificed. Your cozy 78-degree tank turns into a 92-degree chaos. And you don't notice until your fish are floating like it's a post-credit horror scene. The off failure is sneakier though. Slow temp drop, fish go quiet, get sick, stop eating, and suddenly you're Googling mystery illnesses that all sound made up. Why? Because heaters are the least reliable part of your setup, and somehow they're still the most trusted. They're built like dollar store electronics, but they're tasked with keeping your tank alive. That makes sense, yeah. They're under constant heat stress. They're sealed with parts that will degrade and expected to work 24/7 with 0 drama. Like trusting your laptop charger to babysit your kids. Wait, is that bad? And let's do the math. Replacing a heater costs maybe $40. Replacing your tank's entire fish cast, plants, meds, time, emotional trauma, hundreds, plus stress. Oh, plus the part where you're up at 3 a.m. Googling how to tell if my fish is overheating because the temp spiked and now your tetras are acting weird. Even pros don't trust heaters long term. Fish farms, breeders, they all replace heaters on schedule. Because they're dramatic, because they've seen what happens when you don't. And trust me, once you experience a heater meltdown, you will set yearly reminders like it's your tank's birthday. Want to really level up? Run 2 smaller heaters instead of 1 big one. That way if one fails, the other keeps things from completely tanking. It's like putting 2 emotionally unstable friends in charge of a group project. Someone will keep things mostly on track, okay? Also, better heat spread, fewer random hot pockets in the water. And please, get a digital thermometer with an alarm. One that screams when the temp goes off. It's like a carbon monoxide detector of the fish world. Some even shut off the heater automatically if things go sideways. Yes, it costs more, but so does a panic buy at midnight after your tank hits 90 degrees, and your cories start swimming like they've seen the end times. Listen, the signs of heater failure are usually subtle. If your temps are bouncing weirdly, the heater's stuck on too long, or your fish suddenly look uncomfortable for no reason, probably the heater quietly falling apart like a toxic situationship. Don't wait, yank it. So yeah, annual heater swap, boring, sure, but wasteful, not really. Life-saving though, absolutely, King, absolutely. Treat your heater like a 1-year contract with no renewal. Replace it before it gets ideas. Your fish will never thank you, but at least they'll be alive. Okay, it sounds obvious, but some of y'all set up these gorgeous tanks and then never look at them unless it's feeding time. You didn't drop your entire paycheck on hardscape and fancy lighting just to ignore it like a gym membership in February. Watching your fish daily isn't just good for vibes, it's literally tank maintenance in disguise. And I'm not saying hours, 5 minutes a day is all it takes. Sit, chill, and watch. Notice who's acting weird. Notice who's vibing. Who suddenly decided to start beefing. That cory hiding alone might be sick. The betta flaring at nothing might be water quality. Their behavior is the tank's group chat. Read it. It's also free therapy for you. The way the plants sway, the lighting hits the water, the fish cruise around like they've got 0 bills to pay, it's calming. Serotonin goes up, blood pressure goes down. You become a more peaceful version of yourself with a laser focus on fish drama. Now you'll want to learn their routines, who naps where, who eats first, who fakes fights and then makes up. And then the second something's off, you're gonna catch it. That's how you prevent disasters before they happen. Also, keep an eye on your gear. Heater still heating, filter still flowing, no weird sounds or cloudiness. A quick daily check saves you from waking up to an oops all algae tank or a surprise ammonia spike. So make it a routine. Pair it with your morning coffee or your end of day scroll break. Sit, watch, and notice. It's not a chore, it's the whole point of the hobby. I mean, you didn't just buy fish to survive, you bought them to thrive. Watch them live their happy little lives. They'll thank you with fewer surprises and better health, and honestly, you'll feel better too. Homie, listen, it's 2025. You have Reddit, YouTube, care sheets, and entire fishkeeping discords in your pocket. And yet, some of y'all are still impulse buying because it looked chill. Be serious. You can literally watch full breakdowns on a fish's behavior, diet, tank size, trauma history, everything. Instead, people walk out with a cute little cichlid that turns into a 12-inch rage monster and wonder why the shrimp disappeared. Forums are gold. Real fish keepers, real chaos, no sugarcoating. If 5 people say a fish is a tank terrorist, believe them. It's not Yelp. There's no review bombing, it's just raw aquatic experience. And yeah, make a notes app list or a spreadsheet. Keep tabs on who needs what tank size, water parameters, who's chill, who's feral, add sources, track what worked. Build your own little fish wiki so next time you see something pretty, you're not blindly bringing home a war criminal with fins. The info is out there, so use it. Because I didn't know isn't cute when your tank turns into a Hunger Games arena. Oh, fish stores are dangerous. You walk in for filter media and you leave with a borderline war criminal in a bag because it was on sale. Don't do that. Employees aren't out there to ruin your tank, but their job is to move fish, not babysit your stocking choices. That quote-unquote super peaceful fish probably starts fights in its sleep. That rare find will be restocked next Thursday. Sales tactics like last one left or buy 2 get 1 free are just tank clutterbait. Cheap fish aren't deals if they wreck your cycle or start a world-ending arc with your guppies. Go in with a list, a budget, and the self-control of someone who's already seen their tank crash once. If you have to, bring a chaos-neutral friend. If you see something new, take a pic, leave, and then deep dive on it later. Most fish look way less tempting once you find out they grow to 10 inches and eat shrimp for fun. The strongest move? Walk away. Every fish you don't buy on impulse is space saved for one that actually fits your setup and won't emotionally destroy you later. Oh, let's be real. Multiple tank syndrome started cute. 1 tank, then a betta bowl, then just a little quarantine setup. Fast forward and your living room looks like a bootleg aquarium tour and your partner hasn't seen a clear surface in months. Listen, every fish keeper hits this phase. You convince yourself the kitchen needs ambience, right? The bathroom needs a nano tank. That one shelf definitely has some space for some shrimp. But here's the plot twist. More tanks don't mean more joy. They mean more chaos, more water changes, and more existential dread when 3 heaters fail in the same week. You go from a chill hobbyist to unpaid tank technician real quick. You don't relax anymore, you just troubleshoot. Every weekend or day off turns into catching up on maintenance, and your plants are dying, your quarries are beefing, and your wallet is sobbing quietly in the background. And yeah, nobody talks about it, but it kills your relationship vibes. Your partner didn't sign up to live in a humid, humming tech jungle. They're dodging extension cords and fish food bins while wondering what happened to movie nights. You're not bonding, you're siphoning water. The move is downsize. Pick your favorite tank, make it your crown jewel. Consolidate the fish, sell the extras, and don't keep spare tanks just in case. That's like keeping your ex's hoodie. You're just setting yourself up, man. With one tank, everything gets better. You can afford nice gear. You have time to actually enjoy your fish. Your aquascaping isn't a rushed plant graveyard. It slaps. You're not drowning in maintenance. You're thriving. Less is not just more. Less is freedom. Less is sleep. Less is your partner maybe making eye contact with you again. Let go of the clutter tanks and turn your hobby back into something that actually brings you peace. But listen, now that you got these 10 habits in your brain, here's the real plot twist. Trying to do all of them at once is absolute burnout speedrun. The biggest mistake I see is, well, people go full main character energy. They try to overhaul everything in one weekend and they wonder why their tank's acting feral. So do yourself a favor. Click on this next video where I break down exactly how to stack these habits in the right order. No overwhelmingness, no tank meltdowns, just chill. Step-by-step makeover. We'll see you there.